All right, I'm sorry you're having a hard time with this. We want to, I want to help you find a better or an easy way to deal with this. All you're doing is making a circle graph, and a circle graph, all that's asking for you is you to turn it into a percent of a circle so you can visually see what's going on. It's also known as a pie graph. So, for example, let's say I researched a town of 10,000 people, and I'm just making these numbers up. And in that town of 10,000 people, when the movie Star Wars came out, 4,500 people went to see that movie that weekend, okay, or that week, whatever. So we need to find out what percent that is of 10,000. If we do the math, we'll see it's 45%. And how do I find that? I just take 4,500 divided by 10,000, and that gives me a percent. Well, I need to turn that into degrees for a circle. So with that same calculator, I'm just going to take 45%, I'm making a decimal, 0.45 times 360. Why 360? There's 360 degrees in a pie chart. So I find it's 162 degrees. So great. Now I take a protractor, and I'm going to start right up at the top there, and I want to go 162 degrees. So if I move that just slightly there so I can see it, then right here at 162 is my mark. So I put a mark right there, and now I say, all right, I'm going to draw all that. I'm going to draw a line straight down the circle, and there we go, sorry. And then I just move this right down here to the mark, and there's my 45 degrees. So I'm going to shade in right here, this side right here. And what's the measurement? The measurement is not 45%, excuse me. That's the percent. The degrees turned out to be 162. So it's 162 degrees. Okay? So if I do something similar and say, all right, I'll go to my university. How many students do they get in a year? Let's just say, on average, how many do they have in a year? And let's just say our university has, 3,250 students. And then I want to find out how many of those students graduate. Okay. Of all of those students who enroll, let's just say, 2012 graduate. Okay. And this takes some research. That's what you're supposed to do in Wolfram, is find the research. So let's find out what percent that is. That is, we take it on the calculator, 2012 divided by 3250. Enter. It is 62%. Okay, you just take that 9 and make that one round up. So we have 62%. Awesome. Okay, now what does that mean? Okay, well, let's take 62%, and I shouldn't have closed that calculator. 62%. 62% in decimal form is 0.62 times, how many degrees are in a circle? There's 360. So 223.2 degrees. So I'll take my protractor here, and I know straight up and down, okay, 90 degrees there, that's 180. So I need to go a little more than 180, obviously. So what's 180? What's that minus 180? 43.2. So now I'm going to rotate that around, and I see 43.2 degrees is right about here. somewhere in there. Doesn't have to be exact. I'm not that picky about this at all. Don't even stress about that. And then I draw my circle or draw my lines. I say, okay, I have a line that goes straight down to about the center. That's where I started measuring. And then here I draw a line straight over to my mark, somewhere in there. And what gets shaded in? All of this. And how much is that? That is, what was it? Plus 180, 223.2. So my measurements would be 223.2 degrees. That's what I'm after right there. Can you tell me the degrees from a percent? Can you change some kind of percent into a degrees? That's the main point of the assignment. And then can you take those degrees and just graph it? If you don't have a protractor, don't worry about it. Just estimate it. 223 degrees, or we found out 62%. All you got to do is find that and then say, oh, it's a little over half. And there's your mark. I don't care so much about the drawing. Just convert the percent to degrees and you're just fine. So hopefully that helps. Just do the best you can. Turn in what you got. If it's not, if I need something different, I'll ask you for it and I'll be very specific. But just do what you can and turn it in, and I think you'll do just fine.